Hello guys, Matthew Orecchio here. I'm here today to talk about a new product I just picked up from Savage Gear. It is the line through trout. And then the boot tail trout. So the line through was about $17 and the boot tail one was about $8. So let's start with the boot tail. You know, what they do is they take a 3D scan of an actual trout, and then they they do the little things to give it a boot tail and stuff like that. And then right there, I got this in a bass color for like spring after spawn, because bass will actually after the spawn, after they're done with their eggs, they'll go around and eat their own kind. So I got this little bass color. Pretty big. This is a pretty big lure for my lake. I don't got gigantic bass. I'm in Colorado. Gotta remember that. But I'm still gonna use this. Maybe catch a really nice sized bass up in my little pond. But we've got this. This is about 5 inches. What it does, it really moves in the water. Like you got, those. I have those bass shads everyone knows about. One of my favorite swim baits, but this swims way better than the bass shad, because how it just waddles in the water, really, really, really cool. Gives it a lot more of a profile in the water. It makes lots of more movement. And this big boot tail, going around doing its thing, really disturbs, moves a lot of water. Pretty. Yeah. A lot of plastic here, though. A lot of plastic. I could see this thing getting torn up eventually. Not gonna lie, it's not probably the sturdiest of all things. Don't take my word for it, though. Maybe it has some mesh in here, make it really tough, but pretty sure after a couple, maybe a year, which is pretty long for a lure, this thing would be kind of a little torn up. Yep. Nice. Little eyes right there. Pretty sharp hook. That's the first thing. When I got this out of the box, it poked me in the finger and it hurt a lot. Really, really nice hooks. It's got a little ring, so you can put a swivel on maybe a treble hook under there. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep it right there because I want this to kind of bounce off with the bottom a little bit. But yeah, I like this lure. About $8.99 off of Bass Pro Shops. So, yeah. Next, we got... Oh, got me in the finger. Savage Gear 3D Line Through Trout. This one I was real excited for. Really excited for this lure. I've wanted this ever since, I started watching Savage Gear videos about the trout and stuff. Their normal size is 8-inch. I got a 6-inch. I don't know what I'm gonna catch in my lake with this. I know bass like to eat things almost half their size, but that's a big lure. And it's pretty thick too. Probably gonna troll this in a lake. The why they call it line through, if you don't know already, there's a hole right there that comes through the top or the bottom. So when this thing is swimming in the water, doing its thing, and a fish comes, it gets it and gets hooked, it's gonna take the hook out. Ooh, that's a really sharp hook too. Take the hook out, lines through there, tie it onto your hook, and then this will be on your line so it doesn't give the fish any advantage to throw the hook. So you'll have a lot better hook set with this. Comes out pretty easily. When I first got this, it was kind of a pain in the butt to get in, but now it's just kind of a simple just boop, it's in. Same with the bottom. Well, it's still kind of a pain in the butt put at the bottom. I don't know why. There we go. Yep, there we go. So you put it on the bottom. So if it's like really deep water, I would recommend putting it on the bottom. So you go. So it's just, you know, moving along. But if it's a little more shallow water, I'd say like around 10, 15 feet. I put it on the tap. Oh, there's no camera for you. There you go. Put it on top. As I was saying, got a little interrupted. Yeah, I put it on top, shallow water, shallow to medium, really deep. What I really got this lure for is for straight up just trolling, because I go trolling a lot up at Lone Tree, Carter Lake. A lot of you guys wouldn't know some of that, unless you're from Colorado. Well, those are kind of somewhat big lakes with bigger fish, so I would be catching, you know, pretty good sized bass, walleye, trout, pike, maybe tiger muskie. I don't know. Never caught a tiger muskie, but if I caught one with this, it'd be pretty nice. But, yep, Savage Gear. This lure's about $17 off of Bass Pro Shops. I like the eyes. The eyes are pretty cool. A lot of detail. You could like almost see the scales. I'm gonna hold it there. You probably won't be able to see it, but you see the scales. Got its little lateral line. Got a little red for the gills. Little juvenile pattern, because this is supposed to be a little baby trout. Little details on the tail. What is that saying there? Oh, this is a for some people who have to know, this is a slow sink model. They come in a floating, slow sink, and then the moderate sink. This is the slow sink. I want it to kind of go down slowly, because when I'm trolling, you got a line run through while the boat's moving. You know how it works. Yeah, really nice detail. That seam though, that's a little irritating. That seam, but that's okay. I don't think the fish really care about that. But yeah, it's got all the fins. You know, these fins even kind of stick out a little bit. So these fins are a little more 3D. Ooh. You know, super nice. I just really like this lure. I just love the way it looks. But, you know, you can't get a lure just how it looks, because that's not how fishing works. Because you could buy the best looking lure out there, and you can catch nothing with it. You get nothing with it. That's the thing about fishing. On the market, there is just so much crap. There are just so much things that are really unnecessarily expensive. Just things you really just don't need. Like scum frog. We all know what scum frog is. Alright, here's a scum frog. Yeah? Looks nothing like a frog. I have never seen a frog that's like that. It's also a popper, so I guess. But it's the best frog I got. Now let's look at another one. This was an iCast winner, but I'm just kind of making a point here. This is a Lunker Hunt pocket frog. Really small little frog. I like this frog though. But the point is here, like, you could tell which one looks like a frog and which one doesn't. I get so many bites, just so many hits with this frog. Okay? Tons of hits. If I probably had but, you know, this one, I don't know. I've used it like about twice. Have not even gotten a hit yet. But that's a little unfair because it's getting late in the season. But my point is, lures like this catch a lot of fish. Okay, I'm getting a little off track here, but we're talking about the Savage Gear trout. If I had to give a rating on this so far, out of 1 being complete worse, 5 being, just amazingly awesome, give these a good 4. Probably a 4. That's still a little unfair because I have not used these yet. But just how I've seen tons and tons of videos of just how these lures look in the water. I've seen how these look in the water. Just so many things. But yeah. But if you live around California, Florida, places with big old bass, I would get one of these. Or one of these. Maybe a bigger size. No, probably 5-inch. I'd keep the 5-inch. But, yep. That is the Savage Gear Trout. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe. Share this video if you learned anything or not. Just, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye-bye.